Welcome back to the Coming Out Happy podcast. We are your hosts, Dani and Keely, and we are so glad that you're here. Welcome back to the show. Coming Out Happy podcast is all about being LGBTQ+, dating struggles, and so much more.
If you like what you hear, make sure you leave us a 5-star review and rating. We can't wait to hear from you. And as always, welcome back to the show. Hello, welcome to the Coming Out Happy podcast. It's Keely here. Of course, I always like to do the intros, but Dani's here too.
Hello, everyone.
But we're so excited that you're here today because I love our Friday podcast. It's so fun when they go out on Fridays and you can start your day with them. Or if you're just listening on the weekend or whenever you're listening, I know a lot of you like to listen on the way to work, so that's super amazing. But Dani and I are just coming off of the 3-day Dating Authentically challenge, and it was so amazing. So incredible to watch each of you that attended really grow just in 3 days, and it was so crazy. It went by so fast. So if you were at that challenge, I'm so proud of you. We can't stop talking about how amazing it was to connect with you, get to know you. It was really such a taste of everything that we do inside of Pride Amplified. And so if you love that, make sure that you go apply for the Pride Amplified signature program, where we really help you step into your most authentic self and feel really great about the relationships that you're creating in your life. And it's absolutely amazing. But if you missed the challenge and you want to do it again, don't worry. We have another challenge coming up. It'll be coming up next month. So definitely stay tuned for that. But yeah, if you want to be a part of everything that we're doing, go apply for Pride Amplified. We'd love to see you be a part of that. You can go apply by going to Coming Out Happy on Instagram, clicking the link in our bio, or it'll probably be linked in this podcast, right, Dan? You'll do that for them.
I got him.
Okay, perfect. But yeah, we're super excited. So now we'll dive into the podcast. Now that we got that out of the way. So I want to talk a little bit today and make it a little bit more lighthearted. We're always talking about... What? Why are you laughing?
I just like watching her do this podcast. I think it's funny.
Yeah, I'm actually talking as if I was being recorded on video, but I'm not. So I'm really excited. I'm like looking into the sky.
And this week we actually decided to take a break from the YouTube videos. We wanted to just keep it super personal with the voice notes if you're listening.
We're going in deep with the little... the microphone here. And that's okay, because honestly, we said we were going to do the YouTube videos, and after the challenge, we've been on video all week. We've been recording a lot of stuff, and Dani and I just felt like, I think we just should record the microphone because that's what we're feeling. And I think that's okay to slow down when you feel like you need to. We've been going crazy. And so when we feel like we need to do something or we need to slow down or take a break, we absolutely do that. No doubt about it, and you should too. So maybe that was your sign. I'm not sure. So Dani, we're going to be talking today about a little bit of a get to know us. Ooh. Who are Dani and Keely?
Your coaches, your life coaches, your LGBTQ+ favorite life coaches. Here we go. Let's talk a little bit about us.
And let's go a little bit, let's get personal.
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's share about us.
We're not afraid.
Let's share about us. We have some questions here that we wanted to answer for you all. And so the first question is, Dani, where were you before Coming Out Happy?
Oh, where was I literally? What does that mean?
I guess you can take it any way you want, but what were you up to? What were you doing before you were doing all of this? What were you doing before you were recording podcasts every Friday?
Well, we've talked a little bit about all of this on the podcast a few times, but before, and this actually happened during quarantine, before I started all of this with Keely, I was actually working at a corporate job. Did not like that. I was an administrative assistant doing administrative things, and it was not my thing. Previously, before that, I had been running my own life coaching company, and I took a break for a few years, and then moved to California, jumped into a few different kinds of business jobs, landed the one where I was working as an admin assistant, and figured out that's not the path for me, quit, and ended up creating this. That was my answer.
Aw, that's so nice. What else were you doing?
What else?
Besides your job?
I was making a lot of friends in California. I was
Before COVID?
Yeah, before COVID. I was doing a lot of new things, exploring California.
We were getting to know each other too, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, that was
How did
definitely
you
a thing.
forget?
I'm sorry. Yeah, but we were getting to know each other, so that was what we were doing. What about you?
Well, I was in a very different place. At the time, I was actually working for this company that I had worked really hard to get a job at, and I was traveling all over the country. It was like my dream job. And also, I forget what else I was doing. I was finishing up some stuff with school, and I was just getting ready to start my life. And I was about to take this job that I had worked really hard for a very long time. And I thought that was my path. I was doing a bunch of marketing fun stuff. And I decided after they offered me a job, it was kind of during COVID time, and they offered me a job to move to Arkansas. And I live in California. And I said no because I definitely just didn't feel like that was where I was supposed to be. Nothing against Arkansas. I just love California, and I didn't want to go there. And so I declined the job offer, and I was left to figure out what was I going to do. Ended up being so perfect that Dani and I started working on coming out happy together, but I was definitely not doing anything like this before. And this is a new journey, new path for me. I've grown so much in the last year.
We've also been recreating this company over the last year. It's drastically changed, and I was talking about it on our Instagram, just because we've created such different things over the last year. It started as something that was more about community because that was really important to us and still definitely is, but now it changed into actually helping you take different steps in your life to become your most authentic self.
Yeah.
It is drastically different than what we first started with, and it is so beautiful to see where we'll be in another year and a half.
And I think that's okay too, because when we started, obviously I had no experience in doing this kind of work or trying to, build that kind of community. And we started in such a different place. And that's the best thing, is that in this life, we should always be changing, growing, and going to new places or trying something different so that we can grow as people. And I think this past year, it hasn't even been a year since coming out happy has been a thing. But this past year has really been about learning how to navigate, learning how to find a way to help LGBTQ plus people in the way that we know how. And that's what it shifted into Pride Amplified. But it's been so amazing, and I'm so thankful for every single person that's came into our life. And if you ever messaged us or
we've worked with you in the past, it's been incredible.
It's been so amazing. We've learned so much, and I owe it all to the people that we work with, because I've learned so much from each and every one of you. It's been so amazing. Yeah. Okay, now did you want to say something?
No, I was saying, let's get on to the next question.
Okay. The next question is, what's the biggest thing that you've learned in the last year? Oh. I know, these are all on the spot for Dani. She didn't know these questions.
The biggest thing that I learned, I think, again and again, that I do not have to do anything to please other people.
Yeah.
That is a huge lesson, and honestly, it shows in every area of my life. Like, I had to learn that the hard way since I was a kid. I was always doing things to make other people happy, however everyone else wanted it to be. But I want to let you know that people-pleasing tendencies, they can continue throughout your whole life, but it's actively working on it and knowing that you're never going to be able to please everyone else. What matters is that you like where you are, you like who you are, and that's what matters at the end of the day. Stick to your guns, man. That's important.
I love it.
Yeah.
No, that's
what
really
about you?
This past year, I've definitely learned that things are not always going to be easy. And no matter what, you will always have your own back, and you have to believe. Because as soon as you let your mind go, ooh, I don't know if it's going to work out, failure becomes part of what you think about. And just believing all the time, no matter how hard it gets, that it's going to be okay. Everything will work out. You will find your way. You will do you will do what you need to do to get to where you want to be.
And this could also apply, I was just thinking, to like a breakup. Thinking that it's the end all be all and you'll never find anybody else after.
Yeah.
But you got your own back,
Yeah, I've definitely shown myself so much of who I am in this last year, and that I am capable of a lot of things that I never thought I was capable of. So this year has been a big year for me of believing so much in myself, and you too, believing in us.
Yeah.
Aww. Okay, my next question for you. Did you have anything else to say about that one?
Nope.
Okay, my next question is, what do you like to do in your free time?
I like to hang out with you.
What do we like to do then? Well, what do you like to do alone? Tell everyone that first.
I really like to go by the ocean.
Yeah.
I really like to go walk on walks every day and be by myself, think about what's going on, how I'm feeling, all those things. Going on walks. I like driving a lot. I like getting some coffee. I like doing all those things. What I like doing with Keely is watching movies. I love watching TV shows with her. And she does not like watching TV shows. She actually falls asleep within the first 30 seconds. But that's her thing.
I try.
What are your favorite things?
Well, I'll say my alone favorite thing to do. My alone favorite thing to do is I love reading, and I love being in the sun by the beach, and I also love just sitting and hanging out. We never really slow down unless we make time for it. So I love
actively doing that. We're trying to actively do that every day.
We do. We try to make time every morning. And then I also love working out. Dani knows that, or walking outside. So either working out, biking. I love biking, or reading. Did I say that? Yeah, I don't really watch a lot of TV. It's kind of funny.
We really don't. Besides, when we figure out how to pick out a movie, we just do so many things throughout the day. We just don't.
Yeah.
And I think it's a good thing. Growing up, I used to watch TV 90% of my day when I wasn't at school or doing something working,
Yeah.
But now it's just so different.
It's so weird because we grew up in completely different places. So Dani's from New York and I'm from Colorado. And Colorado is more of an outside place. So I grew up outside, playing outside. I didn't watch a lot of TV growing up, but in New York, you don't go outside as much, is what I've learned.
That's what I say. Some New Yorkers say the opposite, but, and you grew up in a cold place too, but I don't know, for me, it was just a lot of my friends, we were always hanging inside in our basements and just chilling, watching TV too.
Okay.
What's the next question?
Okay, the next question is, what is your favorite childhood memory?
Oh. The first thing that
these are really on the spot.
I know. The first thing that came to my head was when I was young, my dad taught me and Dylan how to snowboard.
Brother?
Yeah, Dylan, my brother, how to snowboard. And we went snowboarding in New Jersey, and I remember taking that trip and flying down the mountain, not knowing what I'm doing, falling all over the place. But I remember it was so fun because I was just trying new things. I thought it was so awesome. I really enjoyed that, and that was the first thing that came to my head. What about you?
Yeah, that's really nice. We also just went. I taught Dani how to ski about 2 weeks ago, and it was fun to watch her ski. My favorite childhood memory. Oh, there's so many, but growing up again in Colorado, we had an RV, and my family and we would go to the mountains, and we just went and we took our dirt bikes and riding through the mud. Oh, it was so much fun. Having a big long sandwich. I gotta talk about the food part.
The way you described the sandwich is everything.
No, it was
a big long sandwich.
It was one of those big long sandwiches.
What kind of sandwich was it?
I forget, but it had everything on it that you could ever imagine.
Everything? What does that mean?
It's just it was so good. You get them from the store.
She's salivating. No. I know you can't see her right now, but
no. Dani, I literally told you I wanted a sandwich for lunch, and we never got it.
I'll get you one for dinner.
Okay, yeah. But yeah, that was my favorite memory. It was just so fun to be outside and hang out. But yeah, I have one more question for you, Dani, and that is, do you like to cook? And, well, actually, we should let you guess right now. Who do you think cooks in the house? Do You think Dani or Keely cooks? Dani, I'll let you answer. What's your favorite thing to cook?
My favorite thing to cook? Eggs. Something that you may not know is Keely aggressively loves taking all over the kitchen. She does not let me do anything. Not
do you
because
like to, though?
I would if I knew how.
I try to teach you. No, I try.
In control.
I try to teach her how to cook.
She does not. She actually does not.
No,
teach
Dan,
me how
every time I tell you, I'm like, okay, let me teach you. You want me to show you? And you're like, no, it's okay. And then you go away.
Yeah.
It's fine. Whatever. We'll hopefully she'll
So anyway,
learn someday.
Keely is the cook of our house, if anyone wanted to know.
What's your favorite thing that I cook?
Oh, pasta. Keely makes this really good, like, spicy pasta. Oh, all of you must be salivating right now, too. No,
like spicy? I hate spicy.
Oh, sorry.
That sounds horrible.
Yeah. No, but she makes it really good. It's, like, creamy, but then spicy, too. Oh, my gosh. It was so good.
You liked it?
Yeah. What's your favorite thing that you cook?
Oh, my gosh. Don't even get me started. No,
let me guess.
Let me just turn this
Chicken.
into a... No, let's just turn this into a cooking podcast. Cooking show. My favorite thing to cook, I don't know. I love making sauces. Like, I love chopping up garlic and onions.
So what do you put with it? What's with the sauce?
I love making everything. So for a year, up until about 6 months ago, I was vegan. So I learned how to cook a lot of different vegan foods that were amazing. I couldn't even believe that you could make so many different things. So I love just experimenting with different kinds of foods. I haven't really gotten into, like, Indian cuisine yet, though.
We love going out to Indian food, though. Absolutely.
What's our favorite food together to go out to eat?
That or Japanese. We love sushi.
Yeah. Or, well, my favorite's Mexican food.
Yeah, that's not my favorite.
And Danny's
Keely just makes me go 24/7 with her to get tacos.
I would love to go every day to get tacos, but yeah, she doesn't. She doesn't allow. No, I'm just kidding. She lets me go sometimes. But yeah, I wanted to really spend this podcast bringing it a little bit lighthearted, so we're people too. We have these lives outside of coming out happy. Well, coming out happy is our life. Everything. Never mind. No, I didn't mean it like that. But it's a big part of our lives. But we also are people too. We go through things, we feel things, and we live this life. And we want to share it with you. So if you ever have any questions, we'd love to hear. And just connect with us over Instagram at Coming Out Happy. And again, if you want to be a part of what we do inside of our programs, we'd love to see you month to month, where we can really just be there for you and guide you. Definitely go apply for Pride Amplified. The link will be in the show notes, or you can go on Instagram at Coming Out Happy, link in the bio. And if you're listening on Apple Podcasts, as always, make sure you leave us a 5-star review and rating, and we'll definitely see you on the next podcast. Thanks so much for listening. We love you all so, so much.